Oh! That's been reformed. Oh, well played. So there was a really powerful queen on the throne of Sweden for... Well, that's the one that basically consolidated everything, even me. And she's actually reformed all three of the... well, at least she reformed Frisia when she owned it, to being equal. We weren't before, we were male-dominated. It's actually better that it's equal. I just never had the prestige to do it. So we're no longer getting penalties for female claimants. So I'm now completely free to bring women in as the ruler of Frisia. I wonder if that's true for the others. I mean, it obviously is for Sweden. Equal. Gardariki? No. Gardariki is not equal. Interesting. Well, thank you for that, Sweden. This game has been a sterling example of why partition Gavelkin successions are terrible. I still disagree. So one of my favourite changes about CK3 is the fact it actually encourages partitions. Like, I've had multiple times, I almost certainly could have formed an empire by now. But I've purposely not done it because I want to have independent dynasty heads. So my primary goal in Europe has been to just seed as many heads of state as possible. And I've been incredibly successful in that. Like the fact that Sweden, Denmark, me, Estonia, Gardariki are all either Mordlings or cadet branches of Mordling, like Svarti and Horn, they're both cadet branches, has been incredible success. And like all of the powerful Northern European rulers are all my dynasty. And actually having that being part of the mechanics, it encourages you to split up. Because here's the important distinction. If you have other dynasty members under the same title, so if you have an empire and the kingdoms under your title, they don't count. They have to be independent for them to earn extra renown. And we're currently earning 12 renown a month at the moment because we have so many independent rulers. Is Create Men-at-Arms worth it? If so, which ones? Yes, it definitely is. I mean, the Men-at-Arms will be somewhat dependent on your situation. So I find it's a lot easier to build and experiment with Men-at-Arms as a tribal state, just because money is expensive. But generally, if you're fighting against lots of levies, then you probably want cavalry, maybe heavy infantry. If you're fighting against just lots of just general AI armies, they'll tend to favor light infantry as well as levies, in which case you want archers. Light cavalry are great if you smash enemy armies and want to catch them as they're running away. Heavy infantry are good at just being like tough. Archers are great at countering light infantry counter heavy infantry. You want catapults, so onagers or mangonels, or later on trebuchets if you're attacking cities and walls. Not cities, but walls. So yes, there is a reason for every different unit type. And some nations will have unique unit types. We don't yet, but we will eventually get Huskarls, which are like an upgraded armoured footman. So we'll probably emphasize armoured footmen, but then we also need something to screen the armoured footmen, so we need something to kill enemy light infantry, which would be the archers. Cultural men-at-arms often counter two types of troops, and those are super worth it. Yeah, I'll bet. The only ones I've really seen so far are the Huskarls. They weren't that good. They just have much higher stats. Like, they are really strong. But they're still easily countered by light infantry. And one tweak I would like to see to combat in this game is light infantry are way too effective at countering heavies. Like, they are so effective counters. Way more than you would expect. So the percentage efficiency needs to be reduced. I still like the fact that they do counter them, but you can have like 500 heavy infantry and they'll be countered by 100 to a 10% efficiency. It's bad. And compared to how the other counters work, it just seems higher. I hated the whole map blobbing thing in CK2. I'm glad CK3 rewards different playstyles. Me too. I'm having so much more fun in this than I probably ever had in CK2, I'll be honest. Because I hate blobbing, I hate snowballing. Like, I was even saying earlier, when I controlled the majority of the Low Countries and there's just nobody that could really stand against us, I was kind of going, oh, okay, so what do I do from here? And then the disaster happened. I got relegated up there, and then suddenly, boom, everything's imploded, everything's reset. And I'm suddenly interested again, because now I need to rebuild the Netherlands. Are we still going to India? We're certainly going to try. Might take me another couple of generations, but we're certainly going to try. Gerda seemed to enjoy the feast immensely. She got along quite well with everyone she spoke to, even the adult guests. Oh, gregarious, absolutely. Are you diligent and gregarious? Oh, you're content. Okay. You're the... Oh no, you're the elder sister. Rowdy and brave. Scaly will reduce your fertility, increases dread. In fact, you're scaly and you're having an intrigue. Education. Huh. I have a feeling you're going to be very good at intrigue. It'll be my first intrigue character. I haven't had one yet. I've had a lot of learning, I've had a lot of military, and I've had a lot of stewarding. I haven't had intrigue or diplomacy, really. This is my first truly diplomatic character. Actually, what was Leto? Leto was stewarding. Yeah, he was stewarding. So, at the moment, we're mostly just waiting for money to roll in, because I need money to finance everything else. We could try to take one more county, but I think the next strike we're going to go for is Flanders. And then once we have Flanders, once we're reunited with more or less our original borders, minus probably Brabant, then we'll probably try for Gardariki again. But this time I might try and strike at the heart of Vladimir, because Vladimir has been the downfall of Gardariki every time. What's the most troops I can get? At the moment, 3,000. Okay, so we can get forced vassalage, so we can now use the forced vassal CB. How long do we have on this truce? 49, still 4 years. So if we went for Brabant, how many troops can they bring? 2,000. We have 2,800, so we outnumber them. They do have a pretty good general. There would be no allies. Forced vassalization. Wow, that's even more expensive than going for a kingdom. I think I'd rather do a holy war for a duchy. It's 200 piety. We could afford this right now. No, we're going to go for that first. But we'll also need a lot more money for it, I think. Huscarls counter both archers and spearmen, which is very good. So it would protect light infantry and cavalry, which seems like a good 3-type combo. Oh, it does go against archers. Interesting. I knew it did spearmen. Heavy infantry always do spearmen. Bohemon's been swayed. Good. I mean, one thing which I will say for the diplomacy lifestyle is your vassals tend to be incredibly loyal. So we can squeeze more out of them. Did I lose the ability to raid? Yes, because we are now feudal, not tribal. Only tribal can raid. Are you able to ransom yet? Oh, you spent money. Alright, next time you get to 50, I'll ransom you, because this is getting silly. I can ask my head of faith for gold. That would cost me 250 for 100 ducats. No, because I want a holy war. Although part of this, which would help, would be going on a pilgrimage. And I'm willing to spend money on this. We will go to Nidaros. I like Nidaros. Off we go. As I prepare for my journey, I know that I will travel safely under the protection of the gods. While I go with the All-Father, my realm must wait, however long I am gone. I've discovered Duke Bohemon's inherited contract obliges him to more than you have collected. So I can increase the amount of taxes this guy owes. Or I gain a weak hook. So right now, his taxes are actually reduced. Would definitely force you to modify that. Didn't actually reduce your opinion. Huh. Sweet. Well done. Ah. Yes. We are still autonomous vassals. We should probably go to limited crown authority. Except this would cost prestige. Okay. We are lost! I could have sworn that this was supposed to be the path onwards. None of my companions, or I, have managed to find our way back to the pilgrimage route, or even looking at the stars at night. It feels as if we've been wasting weeks. Find a guide, no matter the cost, can't afford it. Or we get lost for 5 years, which will reduce my health severely. I mean, Innkeeper managed it, and if Innkeeper manages it, we can manage it. What resolution am I playing at? 1080. Am I using AI scaling? Yes, I've reduced it by 80%. Or to 80% rather. Because it was a bit big before. So we're at 80%. So 100% looks like this. And there's just... when these panels are up, you can just not see much of the map. So I find that 80% just works better. You can just see more of the map when all the panels are up. The arrival. I am finally here, body and soul, in the great temple of Nidaros. As the Hofgodai offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that's happened for the gods to bring me here at this moment in time. I gain a bucket load of piety, and also I am now a pilgrim. And people of my faith like pilgrims. Okay, so now we have a lot of piety. What was I going to spend the piety on? Oh yes, the Filkir. Give me free money, please. Thank you. That just paid for the pilgrimage plus a bit. And now we could build a building. Amsterdam is still building, so I think that this will probably need to be Haarlem or Middelburg. Actually, you know what we could try to do? Save up for the Grand Temple. Let's do that. Let's save 1,000 for the Grand Temple. It's a hell of an investment, but I think it'll be worth it. Or we don't. And instead we build buildings which earn me more money so we can save that money up quicker and also have bigger armies. That's probably a better idea. Farms and fields. Or the trade post. I think I want to go for the trade port first because it will increase the development. So West Frisia, I want that as well. You've already got it. Small harbour, good. And then Groningen can't because you're not on the coast. Uh-oh, Flanders under attack by Hampshire. Holy war for the county of Guinness. They're determined to take Guinness for some reason. My journey has been a long one, but I've finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the Godar and the Hofgodai treat me. It's good to be home. Who's the head of our family? Oh, this branch. Gudrid. Oh man, Godariki's just getting smaller and smaller. Christina, what have you done? King Giger of East Francia was taken prisoner by Countess Frute of Klingenberg. Captured the king, you lucky sod. The memories remain. Oh, Borkvard, you are still with me. I know you would tell me to be strong, that things will get better, and you would be right, as you always were. But first I must curse and cry. How could I not when you are gone from this world? Borkvard! Small harbour has been built in Holland. So what does it take to build a big harbour? 225 ducatses. Still have a truce. Well, it ended in 49. I was thinking it was 45, but it wasn't. Oh, Bohemian's already on full. So I think it's going to be ale. Oh yes, we must definitely sway the ale. Sway the ale! Messed up the feudal taxes thing, by the way. You raised them and then immediately lowered them. I did. That would explain why he didn't get pissed off. Huh. Do we have anyone that's a better physician yet, by the way? Yes, Gerda. Aemond, even better. Sorry, bag. Pregnant. Cool. Alright, so you're 14, so we can probably start thinking about what we want to do with you. I think that a matrilineal marriage would be way safer. County or Limousin? Well, let's see about alliances. The Duchy of Toulouse. Berry we already have an alliance with. But getting one with Toulouse as well? Hell yes. We're now allied with these two. That's an extra 3,000 men, another 4,000. So how many have you got, Vladimir? 4,000? Well, that's a shame. Flanders is fighting England. England's just determined to get a county out here, even though they obviously have problems of their own. So I'm not sure why they keep doing that. The visit. I am passing through Utrecht, the capital of my Chancellor allll, when I receive an invitation to visit his castle. As I arrive, he welcomes me with open arms and a tour. One thing that strikes me is the place is full of unfinished projects. I'll stay for a while. You still can't afford it. You've been in jail for 8 years! A library where the books are stacked in the corners, unfinished building projects all over the place, most notably a whole dining hall, and a chest of gold just standing in the hallway. So I will help you with that chest of gold. It's a diplomacy challenge. As I try to explain the risks of keeping gold out in the open, I see allll's eyes narrow. And exactly why are you eyeing my gold? Things might not be going... Really? 82%? Oh, flipping XCOM. Dining hall. These are all going to fail now, aren't they? All it needed was some dedicated attention. I soon have allll's dining hall well on its way to completion. Things are looking good. The books. We have a 60% chance. I mean, we failed an 80. Bound books, loose documents, decorated spines. After a lot of reshuffling, there's finally some semblance of order to the chaos that is his library. So, of course, I failed the most easy and succeeded in the most difficult. It all balanced out. Now, time for bed. I spot allll by the entrance, waiting to see me off in the morning. As I walk up, I hear him muttering to himself. She really fixed the place up, but she tried to steal my gold. Ahem! After a quick goodbye, I am soon on the road back home again. 10 opinion. Yes, I tried to steal your gold by telling you that your gold was there. Mm-hmm. Alright, so Hampshire is 1. Oh, Hampshire is independent. Interesting. So is Suffolk. We could take Suffolk and cause all kinds of problems again. My daughter! Alright, who are you? Reaper. Oh, please tell me you're an intrigue character. Please tell me you're an intrigue character. So, KGC Reaper. Kreldy and J. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. And Sandrock wants me to drink some tea. Yeah, I've only got the one farmland, which is in Holland, which I've already built. It's the first one I did, mansions. The upgrade, however, is a bit pricey. And I'd quite like to get the development growth buffs if I can. Ale has been swayed. Ale is now at full. Good. So I think my next target is going to be the Folkir again. But she don't like me that much. Only a 35% chance. Why is it that low? Target is a foreign realm. Vilka is the head of my faith. Interesting. Charlotte wants me to drink some tea. Go on then. Have you had a name yet, Foxen? No. Don't think so. The list is now about 450 people, so it might take a while. A twist of fate. Today, with the passing of Girid, the future of Frisia has changed its... Oh no, Girid died. Well, that sucks. Died gout-ridden at the age of 55. Wow, she was actually quite a lot older than me. Well, that sucks. That was my main claimant to the throne of Gardariki. She was also my best commander. Oh man, Gardariki, doing so badly. Two more years till I can declare that war. I mean, I now have enough troops where I could quite happily go after Brabant if I wanted to. I just don't know if I want to do this. And then Flanders, or Flanders just first. Because the Brabant territories I'm basically straight away going to give to somebody else. Ooh. No. I would want that to be split in two. Oh, forceful vacillation requires smaller nations. Well, actually what I could do is go after Hampshire for Guinness. You have a surprisingly big army for your size. Wait, he's Orthodox? He is? Interesting. Oh, the Isle of Wight is independent. Okay. I mean, this could definitely be an interesting fight. 2,200 versus 2,900. Would cost me a bit of money, but probably not a huge amount. New diplomacy lifestyle. Accomplished forger. Fabricate claim on county. Increased speed. Not that useful. I don't need to fabricate these claims. I'm just holy war for them. Just discovered in the wiki that if you become a lunatic, there's an event where you can build a glass monument, which is actually a greenhouse and gives you a bonus for having access to fresh fruit and vegetables all year round. That's funny. Oh, Isle of Wight's down here. Interesting. But yeah, I can't let you just have Guinness. I'm scared that somebody else would take you out. So we're going to do just an equal fight for the county. And yeah, it's going to be Guinness. Oh, you have allies. Who? White. Merge together. You would have 3,000 against my 2,900. At which point it becomes a question of quality. I mean, I'm vastly wealthier, but that's not necessarily... In fact, we can see exactly what they have. They've got 400 men-at-arms. And 200. Whereas I've got 2, 4, 6, 700. I have way more men-at-arms than they do. Let's do it. Let's just go for Guinness. Gotta put on the safety helmet. We're at war. Alright, safety helmet time. Let's raise the forces. Turn down the speed. And then go on the march. We want to just take that. Although, one thing that we can kind of expect is that they will board ships and head over here. I'd kind of like to hit them before they do. So the Isle of Wight has raised their troops. So we're going to hide here, just off the coast. Hide some off the coast. So that they can't see me. They don't know where I am. And we should start seeing their ships off my coast soon. Because they will go for my capital. They'll almost always go for the capital. Sandrock wants me to drink some tea just as I put on the safety helmet. Fine.